Hey Simon, how are you doing?
I'm doing very well. It's another GearFest.
Yeah,
another day of showing toys.
Last year we looked at
The Icon controllers.
the Icon, biggest video of the show.
And then this year we have the new Softube Console 1 Mark III, which replaces obviously the Console 1 Mark 1, Mark II, the famous unit. This is a big enhancement in software. There's a lot of changes on that side, a lot of changes on the hardware as well. It's a much higher quality box. For example, there's different. It's probably easier. All of these are color coded now, and they all match up to when you look at the door. So if you want to go, you think, oh, my drums are on a blue button. I can see immediately. It says I'm moving around like this. You can see things happening, and you can see the track. I'm making a mess of this.
Right, I see what you mean. Yeah. So they've gone for color coding.
Yeah. So then you can also change things on here. Things just changing. So you don't need the screens on, you don't need the monitoring screen, what's going on. I'm going to just turn it on there on the screen. Now you can see what's going on.
That's essentially, yeah. So, I mean, for those who perhaps don't know, the Console 1 controls a sort of suite of dynamics channel, I suppose, in a way.
Yeah,
for everything.
it's actually, what the Console 1 Mark III has is a new channel strip. The original one shipped with effectively an SSL 4000 recreated in software. This is the best of Softube. So you're going to get two different compressors, two different EQs. So you're getting a vintage EQ, a vintage compressor, and also a modern interpretation. Much more clinical, much more shaping.
Right,
this vibe, more modern control.
So lots of options.
So all that's built in. You've got filters, you've got shapers, you've got saturators, gates, master bus controller. Everything you're going to need for a channel strip is loaded into it.
And then this controls hardware, controls the software, just in case people have been under a rock for a while.
That's 10 years, so it worked extremely well. One of the things that's been upgraded along with this channel strip, well, I call it a channel strip, but it's a complete mixing environment. And the way it works, if you've not seen it before, is you insert this plug-in into each track, each bus, the master bus, the groups of your project. And then as you change the track from one to another, it automatically jumps. And you can see now I'm now on a synth keys preset. I can go through and change things on this. Let's activate it, might help. And then move around. Again, I can activate this and I can change things on the
So a lot more visual, a lot more visual control
if
here.
you need it. But you can close that, like that, and then you can work with your eyes and your ears, and you may just change some things on here. You may not bother with anything else.
It's interesting. A lot of people I know who've moved to that methodology, particularly if they're working in the box, it really sort of scratches the itch of mixing on a full-size console, which obviously nobody can afford these days.
It's a lot more hands-on, it's a lot more tactile. If you're spending a lot of time mixing and adjusting things, you'll get a lot quicker with this sort of box, regardless of where you buy them from. But this is a really fast, and the results are really good. You get a much more coherent mix with something like this, and it gives you a better result. But it's more fun.
Yeah,
I think that's the other thing about it.
Well, mixing with a mouse is for some people, they've grown up with that, so it's easy. But mixing with hardware is very different.
Both of them have their strengths. Some people they'll make fine adjustments for the mouse. They'll make the mix decision, and they'll be shaping things in conjunction with other things using a box like this. The other thing for the guy working with one of these, it supports other plugins. It doesn't just support the Console 1 plugin and the Softube suite of plugins. It also supports now FabFilter, universal audio, even with the native ones as well as the UAD accelerated ones. And also the full suite of Softube plugins. So you've got all the different channel strips. We could show you, the American Class A. We've got some base.
Right.
There's loads of them. Basically, go to the website, have a look, choose the one you like. But there's a lot of. It really is a lot more capable. It has a lot more software going on. You're not going to be limited with one of these.
Absolutely.
What it won't do is it won't control your amp sims. It won't control your synth plugins. That's
it's more of it's like a traditional console and bus layout, really.
Yeah.
So the Mark III, that's not been out that long. Do you have any UK pricing information for any of that
UK
stuff?
approximate price for one of these is about 800.
Right. Okay.
Which is it's an investment, but it's a much higher quality piece of kit than the previous versions. The knobs have a much higher resolution. You can do things with them. You can reset things. You can see they're touch sensitive on the screen. As I move around, it'll tell you what's going on. You can double tap and reset them as well. So there's a lot of other things going on there. There's a processor in here doing all sorts of things. Capability is much higher. And actually, the Console 1 Mark II, when it came out, was cheaper. But adjusted for inflation, it was a lot more expensive than you think it was.
Right, okay.
You know, so the difference, the actual new equal to equal, the difference is...
And of course it comes with the plug-in component as well.
And it comes with a plug-in. It comes with more software, does more. It's a nicer piece of kit. It's definitely worth upgrading to, if nothing else.
There's a fader version, isn't there?
Fader's coming, we're hoping September-ish.
So both of those, and you've basically got
a complete system. And you can have multiple faders if you want a big fader bank.
Yeah.
They will also be producing a rack to contain both the Console 1 and the fader together.
Nice.
So you can it's a very nicely presented package.
Excellent.
So that's where they're going from. We're excited by it. It's a fabulous product.
Yeah, well, like I say, people who try this and kind of get into it tend to kind of go, sort of change their whole mixing life. Yeah.
We'll spend some time. We'll show you in detail. But this is very much an overview again. But we'll happily go through the detail.
Available now? Is it?
Available now. It's been available since the beginning of the year.
Oh right, okay. So I thought I'd seen it before. Right.
And we've been at GearFest. We've met quite a lot of people who've got them, come up and said it's great. It's changed my life. I'm really happy with it. And it's a big upgrade from the previous. They're saying what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So the user experience seems to be the same.
Excellent.
From the people who've.